My mum and dad bought this property coming up 50 years next June, so I've been here for most of my life. And when we came here, it was very much a rundown place that needed a lot of attention. The guy that lived here before, they used to do lots of hunting with hares, and under the trees there used to be a lot of gin bottles and other things. It was a huge change from where we are today. Mostly we're only limited by our imagination. Our drivers really have been, as a family, to do the best we could with what we had. We got lots of variability on this farm, so drive up the Methven Highway and some really, really nice soils. We've got a little bit of that, but we've also got a lot of light soils. So for us, we had to manage things a lot more carefully than some of the guys that are on really good soils. It's not very forgiving here at all. And we did a yield map out of a combine, and then we run it through a computer program and did a profit map. And actually we were losing money in certain areas. So I'm of Scotch heritage and that didn't sit very well. So we needed to fix that. When you've got lots of variability in the soil, you have different potential in different areas. And we know that some areas will grow 8 tonne to the hectare, and some 12, and some 14, and some 16 of a wheat crop. And that's great. But actually you only need to put on the appropriate amount of fertiliser to grow the 8 tonne or the 12 or whatever. So by mapping the soil, knowing where the variability is, looking at what the potential is, then we've said over there we put on 150 kilos, and there we put on 200, and there 250. So we absolutely get the right amount of input as a base fertiliser. Then we're also looking at the variability in the field through the growing season with satellite imagery, and we've got our own sensors and drones, and then looking at what we can do in different areas. Weather forecasting is hugely important for us. We've got 35 individually managed zones that measure soil moisture, and then we've got irrigators that put different amounts of water in different places. By getting really accurate weather forecasts would mean that we could choose to apply irrigation water because the rain's disappearing out of the forecast or not. Just hugely important, hugely valuable for us as a decision-making tool. For most of that technology, we will get a return on investment within 12 months, if not 24. So that's a pretty good investment, whereas if you buy a new tractor, it's actually no different to the last one. So your return on investment, it might look good, it might be comfortable, might be efficient, but where's the real benefits? Precision agriculture is about doing the right thing in the right place at the right time and in the right way, and only putting on the right amount of inputs. There's a whole raft of different ways to look at that, but for me it doesn't matter whether it's economic sustainability or environmental sustainability. Reducing our carbon footprint is another way, but all of them actually have the same outcome. So whichever way you look at it, you'll end up using the same technology. We've got a dairy operation next door, and it's on 330 hectares. We're milking about just under 1,000 cows. So yeah, it gives us some flexibility. We did it for diversity. That soil type was lighter, more in keeping really with pastoral farming than straight cropping. You know, and the techniques that we use here equally fit on the dairy farm. This isn't about arable, it's not about dairy, it's not about sheep and beef, horticulture, viticulture. It fits across all sectors. We still need to make the decisions on what we're going to put on. So it's not about artificial intelligence, but it's actually about farmer intelligence. We're trying to make the most appropriate decision to grow the crop in the most appropriate way to give us the best financial outcome, but give us the best environmental sustainability.